may whatever happens. We have to be brave and positive and encounter all the challenges that comes our way. With this creative thought in our mind, we have created many educational videos for you all to benefit out of it. Today, I, Priyanka Thakur, going to teach you a poem from grade 7, Night of the Scorpion by Nissim Ezekiel. Let us wise up about the poet first. Nissim Ezekiel was born on 16th December 1924 in Bombay and died in the year 2004. He was an Indian Jewish poet, a playwright, editor and an art critic. He was the foundational figure in the post-independence era of Indian literary history, specifically for Indian writing and English. He was known for his simple themes, realistic portrayal and the mundane life. He was awarded the Sahitya Akademi Award in 1983 for his poetry collections, latter Day of Slams, by the Sahitya Akademi Award, Indian National Academy of Letters. The poem Night of the Scorpion by Nissim Ezekiel is about an incident that the poet has not forgotten in his life. This incident was that happened with his own mother in early childhood, which he is unable to forget. So he is writing this poem. It was a night when a scorpion bit his mother, and all the superstitious villagers did irrational things rather than helping her out. The poem exposes the superstitions that dominated the minds of Indians and also the motherhood of a lady who just thinks about her children even in the worst condition. The poem has no rhyme, no rhyming scheme, no even stanzas. It has 8 stanzas with a different number of lines in each. The first stanza, I remember the night my mother was stung by a scorpion. 10 hours of steady rain had driven him to crawl beneath a sack of rice. In this stanza, the poet says that he remembers very well the night of fate, when one fine night, when it was raining incessantly for 10 continuous hours, her mother was stung by a scorpion. The poet is of the views that the heavy rains which lasted for 10 hours made the scorpion crawl beneath a sack of rice to save her own life. He was there, he was tired, he himself was afraid of the continuous rain that made him crawl beneath the sack of rice. But being a predator, he has the tendency of stinging, that made him stung the mother. The last phrase shows that poet's sympathy towards the scorpion even. So the second stanza, parting with his poison, flash of diabolic tail in the dark room, he risks the rain again. In the second stanza, the poet says that after biting his mother with its diabolic means an evil, a monstrous tail. The tail has been said to be monstrous and evil. Here the figure of speech is used as synecdoche. It is used, a part is used for the whole body. That means a tail is mentioned here, but actually the scorpion was termed as evil and monstrous. The scorpion, after stinging his mother, went back into the rain, risking his own life. The poet here in this stanza shows both sympathy as well as anger towards the scorpion. He is angry when he talks about its biting. His speed, the flash word terms the speed of the scorpion. The rapidity, how quick he was in stinging. The splash words tells us about the speed of the scorpion, and at the same time the poet is sympathetic towards the scorpion because again he has to move out to risk his life in the rain again. In the third stanza, the peasants came like swarms of flies and buzzed the name of God 100 times to paralyze the evil one. Here the neighbors, the friends, the close ones, the other villagers, as soon as they heard about the stinging of the mother got stung up with the scorpion, they all rushed to their house. This shows a connectivity, the closeness of the villagers, the Indians living in the village. But at the same time, the poet did not like their coming, because they came up with all the myths, all the beliefs, all the superstitions that they had, which was no use to the mother, which had created a problem. Hearing about the incident, the villagers rushed to the poet's home. However, the poet is not at all happy. So he called them. He compares them with an insect. The villagers are compared with an insect. He calls them swarms of flies who are taking the name of the god because they have already lost the hope that the mother is going to survive. So they pray to God. Continuously they are praying to God to paralyze the evil one. Here evil one is metaphor. It is compared to the scorpion there. So they say it as an evil one. He again describes, gives us more description of the villagers. He says they carried with candles and with lanterns, throwing giant scorpion shadows on the mud-baked walls. They searched for him, he was not found. They clicked their tongues with every movement that the scorpion made. His poison moved in mother's blood, they said. So here the poet then explains that the villagers were coming in groups, coming in flocks. They have entered their house and they are trying to search the scorpion. And they want God to paralyze the scorpion, to make the scorpion halt, stop where he is. Because they have a superstitious belief after that, as the scorpion moves and travels a distance so rapidly, with the same equal speed, the poison will spread into the lady's body, which was a total myth, he believes, the poet believes. So the villagers started searching the scorpion in the house, entire house. Though he has left, the scorpion has left, he is out of the house. But these villagers were searching the scorpion inside the house. With lanterns, their own reflection, the reflection of the utensils kept there, the objects kept there, the reflection fell on the mud-baked walls. And that reflection gives an image of a big, huge scorpion. Yes, so in the later he says, he let this superstition, this Nissim, already know this is total superstition, it doesn't happen, the stopping or paralyzing of the scorpion will not save his mother in any condition. But he is upset for the villagers why they are coming and bothering mother at all. This is why he hates the coming of villagers to his home. The stanza also depicts the Indianness that prevails in a number of other homes as well. May he sit still, they said. May the sins of your previous birth be burned away tonight, they said. See, they are praying, they are talking to each other that the scorpion should stop. He should be still at one position because they have a belief. They have a myth after it, a superstitious belief that if the scorpion moves, the poison will move into the lady's body. So they pray, they believe that the scorpion should get paralyzed and the scorpion should be still at one place. And then when they have lost hope of searching the scorpion in their house, At the same time, some other people came up with a different belief, and they said that it is the pain that the lady has to suffer. It is all that he had done, the sins that she had done in her previous birth. She had to face that. So let the repent of all those sins be done. So the next birth which she takes will be pure and relief. It will have no sins and no pains to be taken. So they say, they believe, let her be in pain and die. May your suffering decrease, the misfortune of your next birth, they said. May the sum of all evil balanced in this unreal world. The other group of people, now they have come up with a different belief that the next birth, they have lost hope. They believe that the mother is going to die, and they now started saying that if she had borne all the pain in this birth, all the sins that she had done, she had already bear the pain for all those sins. So the upcoming birth will be relief, will be far away from all the sins. So they are balancing her good deeds and the bad deeds because of the bite of the scorpion. In the next stanza, in the 6th stanza, against the sum of good become diminished by your pain. May the poison purify your flesh of desire and your spirit of ambition, they said. In the 6th stanza, they said, another group of people, they come up with another belief that the poison will purify the flesh. The poison that is running into her blood will purify the flesh of the desire and the spirit of her ambition. All of these seem to be in a peace because of their own thoughts. Mother is in pain and they are all in peace. This is totally irony, because mother sits in the center, lying on the mat, turning and twisting there in pain. And they have all made a circle around her, and they are sitting and waiting for the death to come. They are all peaceful. They have all lost their hopes. So they are waiting for the death of the mother to come. And it is said in the next stanza, and they sat around on the floor with my mother in the center. The peace of understanding of each phase. So they all had peace. They have understood, they have taken it, that the lady is going to die. Whereas the lady is still alive, still in pain, twisting and turning, struggling hard for the survival. But these people sitting around, they have understood, they have taken it that the lady is going no more to be there. More candles, more lanterns, more neighbors, more insects, and the endless thing. So as the time goes on, as the night swells up, the poet is still talking about more and more of villagers are coming to their house. More superstitions, more beliefs, and the rain is going on. Here he emphasizes, he uses the word more again and again. In front of every word. This is just an emphasizing on the situation, how painful the situation was, in what a great pain the mother was. My mother twisted through and through, groaning on a mat. My father, skeptic and rationalist, trying every curse and blessing. Powder, mixture, herb and hybrid. He even poured a little paraffin upon the bitten toe and put a match to it. I watched the flame feeding on my mother. In this stanza, he says, my father being a very rationalist person, he reasons every action. He is a skeptic person, but still he had not left any stone unturned. He's trying to do all the possibility to save his wife. He's giving all types of medicines. He's giving her powder, he's giving her mixture, herbs, medicines, hybrids to help her recover, to come out of that pain, to survive in any condition. He even poured a little paraffin. Paraffin is a flammable substance which catches the fire soon. So he put a little paraffin on the bitten toe, not to burn the sin that the lady has performed, but to burn the poison. So he fires it up also, and the poet, helpless, in a pain state, is standing and watching the mother, crying, groaning in pain, and the flame feeding the skin, going on the mother. He also watches a holy man perform its rite to tame the poison with an incantation. The phrase again refers to the superstitions of the people of the village who believe in an irrational measures to cure a person. Ultimately, his mother recovers after 20 hours from the poison. She finally survives for after 20 hours. My mother only said, after surviving, you can see the self-effacing love here. The mother loved the children such deep-heartedly. The mother finally, when she is out of the pain, she says, "Thank God the scorpion picked on me and spared my children." And this last line is quite emotional and heart-touching. It reflects the motherhood of a lady. The poet says that after recovering from the poison, his mother's words were, "Thank God the scorpion picked on me and spared my children." Even in such condition, his mother remains more concerned and about the safety and health of her children. Here, this poem is, though it's very simple, it's just narrating about a simple incident, but it reveals the truth, the true condition of the Indian villages, which are full of superstitions, myths and beliefs. So though here the poet is really lucky for the survival of the mother, and towards the end there is a sudden surprise for the readers where the mother's self-effacing love comes out and is revealed. This poem is full of poetic devices, figures of speech. We have a number of poetic devices. The first, let us discuss metaphor. Metaphor is a comparison. It is a hidden comparison between two things. It is not a direct comparison, as in like words are not used in metaphor. This is a hidden comparison, and things are completely different from each other, but they have one thing, one character in common. Some of the examples used here are the evil one. The scorpion is termed as evil here. This makes it into personification also, but here we are comparing the evilness, the stinging nature of the scorpion is compared to the evil personality, evil spirit. The giant scorpion shadows that were falling on the mud-baked walls, it was not the scorpion shadow, it was the shadow of the human beings, the objects kept there. So here it is compared with a giant. It was huge, so giant. The next figure of speech is personification. Personification is a representation of the things in human qualities or nature in abstract term. Example, many personification is used here in this poem. Diabolic tail. Diabolic, monstrous tail. A tail, or that too an insect tail, is given a human quality of being monstrous, more evil. So this is personification. He risked his life again into the rain. Here again, scorpion is given a human tendency of risking the life again, moving out in the rain. Flame feeding. The fire is feeding. The fire is eating. So here again a human quality given to a flame, that is of feeding. Taming, again taming means poison, taming the poison. So again that is a human quality given. So it is personification. Next is simile. Simile is a direct comparison using between two things, using the words like and as. For example, swarms of flies, like the villagers have entered like the swarm of flies. So the villagers were compared to flies here, it is a direct comparison, so simile word is used. Imagery. Imagery is a vivid language that appeal to our senses, all the sense organs. It could be any one of the sense organ. So it's a literary device which includes language and description as well. So many imageries are used. The entire poem is full of imageries. We have onomatopoeia also. Onomatopoeia means a sound word, a word which represents a sound. So clicked their tongue, clicked is onomatopoeia. Buzzed, the swarm of flies buzzed into. So buzz is also onomatopoeia. It represents the sound imagery as well. So there are many imageries and onomatopoeia as well. The next figure of speech is hyperbole. Hyperbole is an exaggerated statement which is not meant to be taken literally. Example, hyperbole means exaggeration. You say a lot more than the original part. He says they are buzzing the name of God 100 times. This is just an exaggeration. They were telling the name of God, but not 100 times. Irony. The word irony is a statement which has meaning opposite to what it is said literally. It creates humor. Examples of irony, the piece of understanding on each face. The lady was groaning, the lady was in pain, but the villagers had peace on their face, which is totally irony, which does not match with the situation at all. Skeptic and rationalist. Husband is termed to be skeptic and rationalist, but still he is trying to do every possible way of healing the lady. He is even burning the bitten toe by putting a little paraffin. So this is again irony here. Alliteration. Alliteration means a consonant sound that keeps on repeating at the beginning of the words. Parting with poison. So P and P sound is repeating. So it is alliteration. He risked the rain again. R and R, risked and rain, that is repeated. It is again alliteration. Poison, purify, PP is repeated. That makes it alliteration. Herb and hybrid, HH is repeated. That is alliteration. Flame, feeding, FF is repeating. That makes it alliteration. More candles, more lanterns, more neighbors, more insects. The word is repeated, even the sound is repeated. That makes it alliteration as well as anaphora. So here we end up with our poem, and I hope you like it.